Hey everyone, it's Lars here, and welcome back to Virtual Paddock. Another year has passed, and 2022 is coming to an end. So I thought that once again, I'd take a look back, just like last year, and look at how it's been for me and for the channel. Now at the start of the year, I was essentially still in my workflow of 2 videos a week, just like at the end of 2021. And when I've got enough ideas, that's actually not too difficult to keep up, even though it may be a lot of work. And then in February, I actually did a new thing that was on my bucket list for 2022, which was a hardware review of the Indigo Lion Playseat Challenge reinforcements. And that video did quite well actually, but one of the points of criticism that I had was that the pedal clamps didn't really hold up well. Until I finally added a million zip ties, my pedals were somewhat loose on the rig again, which is bad especially on the brakes. And about 2 weeks after that video, I had another endurance race in ACC with my team, where I just wasn't connecting with the car and really lacked a proper feel on the braking. And honestly, that was part of the reason why I didn't sim race much through March and April, and why I wasn't making any videos during that time. But then May I started racing more again, and with the intention of getting back to making videos, which I did at the end of the month, when VRC released the Forma Alpha 2022. Now that car has properly simulated porpoising, so I went and did a video showing porpoising in VR, and then through June I was more or less just waiting for RSS to release the Formula Hybrid 2022 so I could compare both cars. They released it in early July, so I did that comparison, and for June I had a few ideas lined up luckily. Well, actually it was just 2 videos in June, with 1 full-length video and 1 YouTube Shorts thing. Now after the comparison video and an additional video about the update of the RSS, I went away on holiday for 1.5 weeks. But to have at least something to post, I quickly recorded a rig tour the day before I left. But then being away from the sim, I guess that kinda broke the flow again. So through August and September, I once again wasn't making any videos. Now if I had a GoPro or something, that might have been different, because in early August I finally went karting again, rental karting, which would have been a cool video. But yeah, I don't have GoPros, so no videos from that time. Well actually, that's not quite correct, because I was working on a video, just not a sim racing video. Instead, it was a lyric video for my debut single, which was released on the 26th of August. The song is called Östersjön, Kärleken till havet. It's the first song I ever wrote in Swedish, which I've been learning since January. I'm gonna post a link to the song so you can check it out as well. And by the way, while we're on the topic of music, today my band Idos Marti released a new single as well. It's called Fiend. I'm gonna post a link to that one as well. But back to the topic of sim racing. At the start of October, I somewhat spontaneously did an endurance race again with one of my teammates, this time in iRacing. So I made a video about it, like I occasionally do after endurance races. And then less than a week later, I got sick, and it was COVID-19. Very mild case actually, like most colds that I've had were worse in fact. But still, I did have to isolate in my room, and I basically spent 90% of that time in the rig. Plus, I found out about the Toyota Corona, and there's even an acetylcholine mod of it. So I just had to make a video about it, obviously at the Ebolodrome, for I guess a different kind of viral video. Though my main track that week was probably the Nordschleife. And honestly, I feel like I actually got faster as a sim racer during that week. I was focusing a lot on the whole looking far ahead thing again, and it did get easier through that week. So I guess that COVID might have actually helped me as a sim racer. And more importantly, I was finally back to making videos. This time more about 1 video a week, though not consistently. And recently I've actually had a break of about a month again, but now I'm back. Currently I'm doing 2 videos a week again, and now we're already at the end of 2022. Now one of my goals for 2022 had been to be more consistent with my uploads. To be honest, while the gaps were smaller, I didn't manage to be as consistent as I'd originally planned for. I feel like it has gotten better this year compared to last year, but a strict 2 videos a week schedule is just too much sometimes. So for next year I'm gonna try to keep it more to at least one video a week. Maybe one video in 2 weeks if I'm stressed, but just try to be more consistent in general. In terms of stuff like views and subscribers, I hadn't set myself any specific goals, but I'd still say that I'm happy with how the channel has grown this year. Obviously not as much as it did last year, but most of what I gained last year was just down to losing my position going viral. And this year that didn't happen, though I did have a few videos that did quite well. And those videos are a lot of the time reviews, mostly of new Assetto Corsa mods. As I mentioned earlier, my review of the Indigo Line Placing Challenge add-ons also did quite well. So these days, when a new car comes out and it's a very interesting one, especially by a very renowned modders like RSS or VRC, I generally try to get a review out somewhat quickly, like within about a week or so. So for 2023, I'd say that my main goal, once again, is to be more consistent. I will have some stressful period throughout the first half of the year, especially early to mid-April, since that's when I've got my final exams for my job training. Officially I'll be done in mid-June, right after I'll turn 30 actually. And I'm somewhat considering getting myself a direct drive once I'm done, even though I'm actually still perfectly happy with my CSW. And one more thing I could do in 2023 is to finally start doing some live streams. I actually wanted to start doing some this year, but I just never got around to it, or really had a specific occasion for it. So let's just see what next year will bring. Until then, I wish you all a very happy new year. Alright, so thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. So, till next time, use the downforce, and see you in 2023.